Hey everyone, today I want to talk about data sovereignty, what it means, why it matters, and how it's unfolding specifically in the UK and India. As tech professionals, we deal with data every day. We live in a world where data flows across the borders in the blink of an eye. But have we ever paused to consider which laws govern that data or who ultimately controls it? That's exactly the concern at the heart of data sovereignty. Let's start with the basics. What is data sovereignty? Data sovereignty means that digital data is subject to the laws and governance of the country where it's collected or stored. For example, if personal information is stored on a server in London, UK laws should dictate how that data can be accessed. The key idea is keeping data under legal jurisdiction of one nation. It's different from data residency law, which is just about where your data is stored. You might store your data in India, but if your cloud provider is based in the US laws like Cloud Act might still apply. A concrete example would be under the Cloud Act, US law enforcement can compel US-based tech firms to hand over data even if it's stored overseas. This has led to legal conflicts and concern from countries like Germany and the UK about control and privacy. Now, why does data sovereignty matter? Starting with privacy and trust. Post GDPR, people want clarity and control over their data. Users expect their data to be protected by local laws. As Phil Bindley, a UK cloud expert, said, companies are merely custodians of user data, not owners. Respecting data sovereignty helps reinforce user trust and transparency. Security. Data breaches continue to highlight the risks of insufficient protection. When sensitive data is exposed, whether it's personal identifiers, health records, or payment information, the consequences for both individuals and institutions can be severe. We also have to talk about compliance. Businesses face legal challenges when data crosses jurisdictions. India's RBI mandated payments data to be stored locally. In 2021, MasterCard was penalized and temporarily barred from onboarding new customers after failing to comply. Then there's autonomy. If a country's data is held by a foreign company, it may be subject to foreign laws. During geopolitical tensions, access to data might be cut off or restricted, leaving governments and businesses vulnerable if they lack independent control. Let me give you an example of data sovereignty in the UK. Post-Brexit, the UK retained GDPR as UK GDPR but has been working on a new law, the Data Protection and Digital Information DPDI Bill, aiming for more innovation-friendly regulations. Meanwhile, the UK signed a data bridge with the US in 2023, allowing free data flow to certified US companies under frameworks aligned with GDPR standards. Challenges include maintaining EU adequacy while diverging from GDPR. Tech leaders including Sarah Pearce from Hunton Andrews Kurth noted that Brexit itself was an act of digital sovereignty, but warned that diverging too far could risk the EU revoking data adequacy, complicating business operations. There is also the challenge of relying on global cloud providers. For example, concerns were raised within UK law enforcement about Microsoft 365's lack of guarantees around data jurisdiction, particularly in relation to backup and support operations outside the UK. To address this, at Civo, we launched a UK sovereign cloud, ensuring data is only subject to UK laws. Our GenAI platform RelaxAI processes all user data within the UK, no cross-border storage, no legal ambiguity. These offerings are purpose-built to support sectors like healthcare, law enforcement, and finance, where full sovereignty is essential. Now let's move to data sovereignty in India. India passed its Digital Personal Data Protection DPDP Act in 2023. Earlier drafts demanded strict data localization, but the newer versions took a blacklist approach. Data can flow to most countries unless specifically blocked. This was seen as a compromise between regulatory oversight and enabling global business. India still enforces strict rules in certain sectors. RBI requires payment data to stay in India. As I mentioned, in 2021, MasterCard was barred from onboarding new users for non-compliance. India has also banned apps like TikTok, citing data security and sovereignty concerns amid tensions with China. India's mindset sees data as a national resource. Mukesh Ambani said in 2018, India's data must be controlled and owned by Indian people, not by global corporates. He even linked data sovereignty to India's independence from colonial rule, framing it as a form of digital self-rule. To support this vision, we at CIVO launched a sovereign Indian region in Mumbai. As I have said before, at CIVO, we understand that sovereignty and compliance are more than just checkboxes. They are the foundation of trust. Our Indian sovereign cloud is designed to empower businesses with secure, reliable cloud infrastructure, ensuring that their data remains protected and within the Indian jurisdiction. This launch is about giving India's developers and enterprises the control and peace of mind they deserve in today's digital age. This region is built with compliance and sovereignty at its core, empowering India's digital transformation with secure and jurisdictionally aligned infrastructure. Our GenAI platform Relax AI is also available in India with the same principles, processing all the data locally, ensuring it stays fully under the Indian jurisdiction, with full data sovereignty coming soon via India's CIVO sovereign cloud. So, what's the conclusion? Data sovereignty is about control, trust, and compliance. In the UK and India, it's shaping laws, business practices, and infrastructure choices. It's no longer a back office IT concern, but a strategic imperative. Tech professionals need to design systems that respect sovereignty, not just for compliance, but for resilience, user trust, and national interest. Data sovereignty is also big in Europe and other parts of the world. As we build the future of digital infrastructure, sovereignty isn't a constraint, it's an opportunity to do better.